Wow, this is insane. I learned a
What
lot
is the
so
state of the
far.
biosphere? Is the terraforming system functioning at all?
In a sense, the terraforming system never stopped functioning. The difference, since my predecessor's destruction, is that there has been no central governing intelligence to monitor its robotic agents and assign new tasks. As a result, errors have accrued, and day by day, the biosphere has gradually veered ever more sharply towards destruction. In recent months, disturbances in the biosphere have become obvious. But these bellwether phenomena offer just the merest glimpse of the complex and accelerating cycles of environmental dysfunction, now driving Earth's biosphere towards collapse.
And you can't do anything to stop it.
If you can return Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter to me, I can improvise modest corrections to parts of the system. Weather will improve, water will be purified, and rampant plant growth curtailed.
She's the solution to
Such
get rid of the red
corrections will not
plants.
stave off collapse. They will only buy us time.
Oh, come on,
Only
Gaia,
with
really?
Hephaestus can I design and produce new robotic agents designed to permanently reverse the damage that has accumulated. All efforts must be directed toward that end.
We have a big job to do.
How long do we have then?
At present rates, without additional factors, the biosphere will cross a point of no return in approximately 4 months.
4 months? Oh my gosh, time is
If I gather
ticking.
Ether, Demeter, Poseidon, merge you with them?
We will only gain a few months more.
What? We really need asbestos. We really need that system.
So if the descendants came to Earth on a spaceship, I guess we can assume that their technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes, as your encounter with them at the Proving Lab amply demonstrates.
Yeah, they were tough to handle.
Extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
Yeah, no kidding. The one I fought seemed indestructible.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. Perhaps a way can be found to defeat their shielding.
Yeah, I hope so. Or I'm not gonna be winning fights against them anytime soon. The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
So the signal could only have been sent by someone who had thorough knowledge of the system, huh?
Yes. The signal's design was exceptionally precise and highly advanced.
You know who had that knowledge, Alloy.
Intentions less malevolent, I would admire the intellect or intellects that produced
Silas!
The descendants I ran into at the Hades Proving Lab, they had a clone of Elizabeth Sobek. So that's consistent with the idea that they came here to salvage Zero Dawn technologies, right?
Yes. As your own experience demonstrates, a clone of Elizabeth Sobek functions in effect as a key to the terraforming system.
But how could they have made a clone?
The Odyssey carried approximately 200,000 human zygotes, millions of
200,000?
animal zygotes, and billions of plant seeds. It is conceivable that Elizabeth Sobek's genetic material was sampled, with or without her knowledge.
Wow, that is dirty. That's violation.
That's... okay, but... I mean... This clone... how could she participate in this? Destroying Elizabeth's dream?
She doesn't know about Elizabeth, that's why.
It's evil.
It is difficult to know. Perhaps she is loyal to the group and shares their objectives. Or perhaps
True.
she is a subordinate and has no choice but to comply with their orders.
That's also
Elizabeth
true.
Sobek, a subordinate? I don't think so.
To you, maybe, but we don't know what her motive is.
The sole purpose of the signal was to destroy life on Earth, right? Why would descendants of Far Zenith want to do that?
At this point, we can only speculate.
I mean, Earth posed no threat to them. We don't have the technology to get in their way. We didn't even know about them.
True.
Unless... well... could it be that they want the planet for themselves? The strangers I ran into, they were after a Gaia backup of their own. I mean, if they did that... if they booted their own Gaia and boosted her power... until she could take control of Hephaestus. And then the whole terraforming system.
Then yes, the system could be used to do what the extinction signal failed to accomplish. Snuff out life, and then potentially to build an entirely new biosphere. To their specifications.
Delete,
So they could be trying to do the same
Control,
thing.
Alt, Delete.
But with opposite results.
Wow.
Extinction. Instead of salvation. Well, this is not good.
They are possibly horrible enemies.
You said Sirius is... really far from Earth.
81 trillion kilometers, or 8.611 light years.
Right. So, how would the descendants have gotten here?
On a spacecraft much like the Odyssey, though significantly more advanced. The journey from Earth to Sirius would have taken the Odyssey almost 300 years.
That's a
This appears
long
to have been
time.
Much faster. If their ship departed Sirius at the same moment the extinction signal first began transmitting, the journey was made in just 29 years at an average of 0.297 the speed of light. If they did not set out for Earth until they learned of the extinction signal's failure, the journey was even faster, a mere 13 years, or 0.662 the speed of light.
Okay, enough. You're making my head spin.
It's calculations and math. That's basically me during math class. But dude, for them to travel that fast, wow. That is a great, immensely great improvement in terms of travel.
How did you figure out that the extinction signal came from Sirius?
The key came with data on your focus, from Silent's interrogation of Hades. The duration of the signal itself, 17.22 years.
That doesn't make sense. You said that the signal took 8.6 years to arrive from Sirius. Why would the signal keep transmitting after it was received and you blew yourself up?
Because the sender didn't know that had happened until it received notice from Hades.
Which would take another 8.6 years to get back.
Correct. Only then would the sender stop broadcasting, after a total of 17.22 years. So the duration, halved, gave me the distance the signal traveled. With that in mind, I simply scanned my astronomical database for any relevant location 8.6 light years away. Because it was Far Zenith's intended destination, Sirius was the only logical source.
You said you need Hephaestus to save life from extinction. Why?
Every subordinate function has value, but Hephaestus is by far the most important. Only by recovering and merging it can I regain my ability to design and mass-produce new machines at cauldrons across the planet.
She's the brain,
Only
basically.
through it can I program new machines and alter the tasking of existing machines to completely reverse environmental damage. Recovering other subordinate functions may buy us time, but without Hephaestus, I cannot permanently stave off mass extinction.
The fact that they're actually dealing with this mass extinction at their lifetime, knowing all the sacrifices Elizabeth made prior, is so depressing.
Given Hephaestus's importance, is there really no way to capture and merge it first?
No, you need the other functions, Alloy.
I'm afraid that is quite impossible. In my present state, launched and merged with Minerva, I am operating at less than 1/5, 18.8% of my intended processing capacity. Hephaestus
Wow.
dwarfs this figure. Were an attempt made to conduct the merge under these circumstances, Hephaestus would absorb me rather than the other way around.
We
The
definitely
merge
don't want
cannot be
that.
attempted until my heuristic processing density exceeds its own.
That's why she needs the other
And
three.
how many subordinate functions is that going to take?
All three, bro. All three.
Merging Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon will expand my heuristic network to 41.6% capacity, exceeding that of Hephaestus.
You said Hephaestus isn't located in just one place.
Correct. Unlike the other subordinate functions, which are confined to discrete physical processors, Hephaestus is distributed throughout the global network that connects the planet's cauldrons.
So, when the time comes to subdue it, how do we make that happen?
I do not know. While you are retrieving the procurable subordinate functions, I will attempt to find a solution.
Okay. So basically, we'll figure out when we get there.
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So could you build an army of machines? Attack the descendants of Far Zenith and take them out?
Can you?
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all.
So theoretically,
Once I
yes.
have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the Far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option.
But she
I must
doesn't.
admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill.
I knew it. She
no
doesn't
matter
want
how
to.
aggressive the enemy.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
And I respect that too, Gaia. I respect that too.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements.
So history.
Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Faro.
Boo! Stupid
huh?
Ted.
I really hate that guy.
Understandable.
Guy
He
is
appears to have
funny.
been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring the remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density. Unfortunately, I have no way to track them. They have disappeared without a trace.
For now. Who knows if we're able to actually find them.
The three subordinate functions that you detected. What do we know about them?
All three are relevant to problems currently plaguing the biosphere. Ether is responsible for detoxifying the atmosphere and moderating the weather. Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources. Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life. If all three were restored to me, they would constitute a massive increase to my heuristic processing density. But beware. Their responses to my query pattern were irregular.
What do you mean, Gaia?
In human terms, they are frightened, lost, and paranoid.
Aw, just like Minerva.
They need to be whole again.
Exactly.
Bendito. We'll help them. I think I did every question, to be honest.
I guess I should get going and start bringing back subordinate functions. What can you tell me about their locations?
When my predecessor destroyed herself, the subordinate functions sought physical processors capable of holding them. So in each case you will be looking for a powerful computer of some kind. Ether
Mm-hmm.
is the closest, and therefore might be the easiest to acquire. However, it appears to be in the middle of Tanakh territory. My knowledge of that tribe is limited to data I read on your focus, but they seem to have a significant inclination towards violence.
Yeah, they're
That's a nice way to
savages.
put it. What about Poseidon and Demeter?
Poseidon has taken shelter in the desert south of this location. My substratal geography data indicates that a major old world settlement called Las Vegas is located there.
Las
A
Vegas?
ruin in the middle of the desert, huh?
Yo,
Strange
that's
place
so
for a young guy to run into
crazy.
water.
Agreed. As for Demeter, it appears to be located on the coast to the far west. Unfortunately, I am unable to provide any relevant data about
Far
the region.
west, like California,
As
bro?
such, it may be
Hollywood?
the most difficult to retrieve.
Okay,
Come on, it's
so
Alloy.
three
She'll get it.
subordinate functions to go after. Ether, somewhere in Tanakh's territory. Poseidon in the desert, and Demeter on the coast.
Where will you begin?
Oh, snap. So 17, 22, 24. Thanks for letting me know.
I think I'll head for Ether.
Then I will assign Ether as the objective on your focus. If you obtain it, I may be able to use it to quell the most severe storms in the region. Though I will require Hephaestus and the control over machines that it offers to permanently stabilize the biosphere. Should you change your mind, you can update your objective via your focus interface at any time.
Thank you,
I will
Gaia.
also transmit a summary of available data on all of the subordinate functions to you for reference. Is there anything else I can help you with? I know you have a great deal to accomplish.
Gaia, I love you. Thank you. I
I do,
appreciate
don't
you
I?
so much.
Is something wrong?
I don't know. It's just that Elizabeth set the bar pretty high. She had a dream for you, for life on Earth, and a lot has gone wrong, and it's all on my shoulders to fix it.
So you're
Do you
overwhelmed.
think I can do it all? Repair the system, defeat Varzenith, live up to her example?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
In her last message, my predecessor declared her unwavering conviction in your success. In you, all things are possible. You
Aww.
prevailed in purging Hades and rebooting my system core. You will prevail in this.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Okay. Well, I guess I should get going.
I have unlocked the facility's exits. One leads onward to the west. The other leads back down the mountain to Plainsong, should you wish to return east.
I need to.
Varl?
Whoa! Gonna have to get used to that. That's you, Aloy?
Yeah. Guy has opened the exits to this place. Can you and Zoe meet me by the west door?
Be right there.
Gaia? What is this?
It is a control console for a drone-based imaging system connected to this dome. I will transmit the relevant data to your focus.
So this Cyclops is a network of drones.
What is this? Alloy. I have compiled available information on the parametric situational climate observation placement system. Whew! Wow, that's a long ass name. No wonder they put it in acronyms. Or Cyclops for short for your Persual. The Regional Control Center was intended to oversee terraforming operations in the area. Cyclops was included as a failsafe. It consists of a network of 10 drones, designed to automatically deploy in the event of biosphere degradation. The drones would then disperse to various locations in the region. where they would capture footage of the surrounding environment to display on the dome of the control room. It appears that the Cyclops drones did in fact deploy successfully. In comparing the can't read. In comparing the facility's logs to data from your focus, it seems that this occurred not long after the first appearance of supercell storms and the red blight. However, each drone lost connection with the regional control center shortly thereafter, likely due to environmental interference. If the drones are still in operation, acquiring their data modules and returning them to the console in the control room should restore their connections, allowing you to view their footage.
To monitor the deteriorating biosphere conditions.
Hmm.
I guess it was meant to display on the dome, but the drones aren't connected anymore. If I find the drones out in the wilds, I could get the data from them.
Yes, let's
Use it to
do
reconnect
that.
them and restore the display.
Dude, that would be sick, honestly. Wow.
Drone offline.
So you mean to tell me once I collect all of these drones, I'll be able to see anything and everything here? Oh my goodness. This is a very interesting side quest, I'm not gonna lie. Bye, Gaia! It was nice to see you, girl. I had so much fun talking to you for the past couple of episodes.
Okay. I need to bring Ether back for Gaia. Varl and Zoe are waiting for me by the west exit. But I could head back east first. Check on how Plainsong's doing after the attack. Or I could also look around here some more.
You know what? I definitely want to look around here some more. Where is this? What is...
Yes. I think it'll be...
No, I want to explore. Can I just explore more of this? I thought I was able to just simply look at everything. I thought I was able to take a peek at the base. I guess not. But what am I missing here?
Door's locked. Maybe Gaia will be able to get it open later.
You see, that's another thing. I'm not even able to get to... Whoa, was I here before? Where's this at? I just want to know if Plainsong is okay. Explore the base optional. Exit base through the west door. Open sesame! I know this is the base and all, but...
Door won't open. Guess Gaia hasn't been able to restore access yet.
My thing is, I feel like since not everything is accessible, it's actually a little bit tough for me to fully explore the base, like how I actually want to explore. Thankfully, it says optional, but you
Gaia,
know me.
it looks like all the stuff down here connects to the dome. What's it for?
This facility was designed to process an immense amount of data from the terraforming system. This is where it would have been stored.
Interesting.
Aloy, you have now visited all accessible rooms of the facility.
Yay! Thank you, Gaia. See, Gaia knew I wanted to complete that little side quest. I'm so happy. Now, I can leave with the crew. Alright, Gaia, just be safe, okay?
I think we must have traveled high up the mountain since entering the sacred cave. It's hard to say.
Can't tell if it's day or night in here either.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're in the base.
After you, Aloy.
Of course. Beautiful. Look at this. I don't even feel like I'm playing a game.
I need to head further west. To, get more of Gaia's components. Make her stronger. You two can stay here in the meantime. And Gaia can help get you up to speed.
Is that okay?
I'm not trying to shut you out. It's like training.
That
Actually,
you need.
I'm gonna go back east to get Erend. Bring him here.
Sweet.
Look, allies, friends can help.
Vol's
We need a
right,
place to stay now.
Aloy.
And like you said, Gaia can teach us, catch us up. It'll be okay.
Okay. Take these then.
One to wear, one for backup.
Exactly.
While you're at it, stop by Stone's Echo and look for Milu. Give her a message for Talana that I found a way over the mountains.
Will do.
Are you going with him?
No. After what happened in the cave below, I want to stay here a while. There is much I need to understand.
Okay.
Maybe by the time you get back, I'll have a thing or two I can teach you.
Ooh,
Looking
okay.
forward to it.
Oh yeah, he's excited.
When will you be back?
I'm not sure. But hopefully I'll have one of Gaia's missing components with me.
Be careful out there. Even in Plainsong, we heard how the Tenakth clanlands are suffering from storms, machines, and now Regala.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
Good hunting, Aloy.
Thank you.
Rebels. I'd heard they'd set up outposts in the area. If I leave them be, they'll cause nothing but trouble. I should lie low. Find whoever's in charge and take them out. Maybe then the rest will leave.
I'll do the rebels later. Right now, I just want to check on Plainsong because that attack was really massive. And I definitely want to make sure a lot of people are okay. I'm just really concerned at the fact that we kind of like left them in a way. Okay, everything's quiet. A little too quiet for my liking, but... Oh, come on. You can't even swim. Whatever. It's okay. I don't need you. I know how to swim. Whatever. Oh, wow. Look at the massive destruction here. I see a survivor, though. Hey.
Outlander, hear me out.
Yes.
I hear there's a group of Tenakth holed up near Stone's Echo.
Yeah, I saw
No one
them.
knows why they're there. One of our veterans wants to seek them out, learn what they're doing out here.
To knock the Nutaru territory. That doesn't sound good.
Good to know. And good thing we have some gossip here, too, because this is not... Oh, wow. I'm really happy there are survivors here, but seriously, this... It's still devastating, you know? Is that singing I hear?
There is nothing to be done. The river will carry her seeds.
Oh no, don't tell him that.